Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Bridget Mitchell, realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I am back to let you know I'm here, I'm back. Sorry I've been gone for so long, but Happy New Year's everybody. I hope everyone so far has had a great 2024 start to their year. Guys, I'm so glad to be back this year. This year is going to be 10 times greater than last year for me. I can feel it in my bones. So with that being said, I want to come on here and talk to you about my first year in real estate. As some of you know or may not know, this is my second year. As of December 21st of 2023, I have hit my second year in real estate, and so we are well into it. I'm almost going 2 months now into year number 2. But I just want to let you guys know, my first year in real estate, it was tough, but I stuck with it. And I'm so glad that I did, because if I hadn't, I probably would have gave up and went back and found another corporate job 9 to 5. For those of you that don't know, my background is pharmaceuticals. I've been a pharmacy tech for over 17, 18 years. And so I want to say within the last 2-3 years of being a pharmacy tech, working in hospitals, working delivering medication to hospital floors and IV room, mixing up IVs and all that stuff, to be used. I decided that I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I know there is more that I'm supposed to be doing with my life. I don't know what it is. I like helping people, but at the same time, I'm an introvert, so I don't like talking to people, which is strange and weird. Those of you that know that are introverts, if you know, you know, basically. And so, but the last few years of, being a pharmaceutical, I was like, there's got to be something else out there, something more that I should be doing with my life. And working in a hospital, pharmacy, that kind of came to an end for me. And I was like, this is not it. This is not where, my life ends, and, in a hospital, making medication and all this stuff. And I'm like, there's got to be something more out there. And so I got into real heavily wanting to do like investment properties, and or helping people that may be, losing their home and trying to find ways that I can help them save their home, and or maybe for them to get out of their home if their home is a big burden and they're not able to keep up on their bills, but yet save their credit. And so I was looking for things to do. And so at one point, me and my husband, we tried to do wholesaling. Those of you that don't know about wholesaling, it is a good way to make money on the side, make it turn into a full-time gig for you, if that's something that you like doing. But me and my husband, we tried that for a while, and then it got to the point where wholesaling ended up taking a lot of our time, because we ended up dropping for dollars and all that. But at the time we started, we had a newborn, basically a toddler. He was around 1 or 2. And so it was like, well, we can't keep dropping on for dollars. We can't keep going to meetups, because it was taking a lot of time away from home and away from the kid. And so, which of course we had older daughters that, we would, hey, your little brother until we get back from, driving around and doing what we was doing. And sometimes we even got to the point where we had to bring him along. And so he would sit in the back seat while we were driving around for hours, looking for properties to wholesale. And so that got to be a bit too much. And so we decided to, okay, let's scrap that. We can't keep doing it. So it got to the point where it was taking up majority of our time. And so we quit doing that, but then I never gave up on wanting to, become an investor or getting in that realm of work. And so 3 years after that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to get my real estate license. And I did just that. So while I was working full-time at the hospital in a pharmacy, on the weekends, I went and took my classes for real estate. And so I did that for a couple of months, and then I finished all 6 of my classes. I went and took my test, I passed, and then voila, I became, a real estate agent. And so, but within that time also, I decided to take a work from home job in pharmacy, because I was like, oh, this would be perfect. Work from home, That means I can still, over here on my other computer, do real estate things while I'm on my 9 to 5 at home, doing my regular job. And so then it was a temporary position. That temporary position was supposed to be for 9 months to a year. It ended up being a little longer than that, and so, which I was grateful. But then they finally decided to cut the position at that company, and so then I got laid off. And so I decided at that point that I was just going to go real estate full time. And of course, I had my husband to support me and help me through it all. I filed for unemployment because I was laid off, so we were allowed to file for unemployment even though it was a temporary job. And so I was grateful for that. And so I used that money, to help my husband, pay the bills in the meantime while I was still getting things going as far as real estate and transitioning into a full-time agent. And so also within that time, because the struggle was real for me, because I was laid off, and after that unemployment ended, there was like no more money coming in. And so I was like, you know what am I going to do? I'm not going to look for a 9 to 5 job, because I felt like if I look for another 9 to 5 job, that just puts me back in another position to where I wouldn't have the time that I need to focus and do real estate full time. So I refused to look for a 9 to 5 job. Although I was in my head like, I should probably really get a 9 to 5 job, but at the same time I was like, nope, not doing it. I hear people all the time where they got laid off from their job, and so they just dove straight head into whatever it is that they wanted to do, business, being an entrepreneur for themselves full time, and then it ended up working out for them. And so I was like, if all these people can do it, I can do it too. So I stuck with my gut, and I did not look for a 9 to 5 job because I just felt like it would just take me away from doing real estate, what I really wanted to do. And so within that year, I closed like 10 transactions within my first year in real estate, which, by the way, if you don't know, it may not sound like a lot, but that is pretty good for being your first year. Because there are some agents in their first year that don't close anything at all. And so within my first year, I started off doing leases. I had a bunch of people coming to me for leases. Oh, can you help me find a lease? And then they refer, a friend or relative of theirs. Oh, can you help me find a lease? And of course, you will always want to talk to them about why do you want to lease? Why not purchase a home? What's stopping you from purchasing a home? And all that. And so, but I help those people find leases. And then, of course, they still refer me people. But then within that time frame, I also got referrals for some people that did want to actually purchase homes. People that I've known from school years ago, high school. They would reach out to me and be like, hey, because they saw me posting and stuff on whether it was Instagram or Facebook. It's like, hey, I see you're a realtor now, and yeah, we've been thinking about purchasing buying a home. And so I had some people reach out to me, that way. And then I just had, others with referrals from other people that I have dealt with. And they was like, we want to purchase a home. And so I was like, okay. And so we went through the process. I talked to them. I went over everything, went over my process, because every agent does things differently. Not every agent, do the same thing. And so, of course, I had to go over my expectations and what they can expect out of me as their agent. And so I was fortunate enough to close on, some homes this year, opposed to just leasing, or last year, I should say. And so I ended up helping 10 families last year, and that's lease and purchase and or sale. And so I'm very grateful for all my clients that I've had within my first year, because it's not unheard of, but at the same time, being your first year in real estate, it is kind of unheard of. And so I'm just very grateful and thankful for each and every last one of you and all the opportunities that, you guys gave me, and I was able to help and provide for you and your family. So that out of the way, I'm working into my second year. And so, like I said, it's going to be 10 times greater than my last. So I'm already working on new things coming up for the new year. I am going to dabble in investing in properties myself. Again, that's something that I've always, wanted to do, whether it was fix and flip or buy and hold. I've always wanted to do that back from my wholesaling days years ago. So I've never given up on that. It's just going to take some time for me to get all that started, especially with me first at the moment trying to actually get my real estate career up and going before I, move on into, I won't be wholesaling, but I will be actually buying properties, fixing and flipping, and/or buying and holding, buying properties and renting them out. And so that's my story in my first year of real estate. I mean, it was hard, but by the grace of God, I made it through. I was able to help 10 families, and this year I pray. And I know that I'll be able to help a lot more families this year, because each year, I wouldn't say, actually, it gets easier because you learn a lot as you go along. And so a lot of things I didn't know then, I know now. A lot of things that I didn't do then, I am doing now and implementing now. And so it's a whirlwind of a career. And so there's highs, there's lows, there's ups, there's downs, closings. Even once you get the client under contract and you get through the process, there's a lot with negotiation. I mean, I had to learn how to negotiate. I'm still learning how to negotiate because, like I said, I'm an introvert and I don't like talking to people, but I do, when it comes down to helping my clients, I will go to bat for my clients and what I think is right or what I think they should have. So don't get me wrong. So I will go to bat for my clients. I don't keep a closed mouth. So with all that being said, I'm looking forward to my second year, my third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I plan on doing real estate for a long time. I plan on leaving a legacy behind for my children, something that they can have and hold on to. And if they want to jump in real estate, teach them along the way. So, but like I say, it is my second year. I'm very grateful for everyone. For those of you that follow me on YouTube, I want to say thank you. I don't have very many subscribers at this point because I am still new. I am surprised to the subscribers that I do have, though. And sometimes when I get new ones that pop up, so-and-so subscribed, I'm like, wait, I ain't posted a video in months, but it just lets you know, your videos, they're floating around out there and somebody's going to like you and they're going to subscribe to you because they're going to want more from you, especially if you're giving them good information, good content. And so I want to thank you all for joining my village. I don't know what to call you guys. I don't have a name for you guys yet, but if you stick around, I'm sure I'll have one for you. But I want to say thank you guys. If you have any questions in regards to as far as how to get your real estate license, whether you're thinking about it, whether you're an introvert or you're scared to talk to people like me, I have gotten out of my bubble a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And just reach out to me. You can message me. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Bridget, BRIDGETTE _M _realtor. You can follow me on Facebook at Bridget Mitchell Realtor. My website is bridgetmitchellrealtor.com. You can email me at bridgetmrealtor@gmail.com. I will have all that information put down and some links below on this video. And also, I have a Calendly. That way you can book an appointment with me to schedule a conversation, no more than 30 minutes. But thank you guys. I appreciate it for all your support, all your help. Again, I am in year two my real estate, and I'm excited and I'm proud to see where this career takes me. I don't plan on giving up no time soon. So I gotta get out there and get it and work hard. And by the way, interest rates have dropped. Depending on when you watch this video or when you run across this video, it is January 2024. Interest rates have dropped. So if you plan on purchasing a home here in the near future, I would say definitely get with your local lender and talk to them and see what options are available for you. Especially with interest rates drop, that means you can get more home for your money. So if you've been thinking about it, just talk to a lender. Go through the process, see what you can get approved for. They'll tell you if you need to wait, but at least you know where you stand, opposed to waiting and not knowing where you stand and thinking, oh, I'm just going to save up my money, or I'm just going to wait till the interest rates drop more, or to wait till the prices of homes drop. The prices of homes will not be dropping. Interest rates may drop, but the price of homes will not drop. So a lot of you just have to understand that. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to wait. The longer you wait, that means you've lost out. You know what I'm saying? You could have purchased back then when the prices were a little bit lower, but now the prices are higher. But you was waiting because the interest rates were high. But guess what? Now the prices are higher and the interest rates may be lower. It's all a catch-22 in real estate. And so you just have to understand that when it is a good time to jump in, and right now is a good time opposed to waiting. Yeah. So guys, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Like I say, my information will be down in the links below. Or you can just message me here on YouTube and I'll be sure to get back with you as quick as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you soon.